like to do. But I am actually early for once, which I know is an absolute shocker, because I'm never early for anything in my life. But today, we're a little bit early, because I do have to work this afternoon, and we've got 2 coffees to get through. And I'll be honest with you, really need a bowl. This morning's been a little bit stressful, combined with work later. I don't want to go, but I've got less than a month left there, so we're just gonna smash out Christmas, and then we're away from there forever, and we never ever have to go back. So I'm about to pack up a bowl in the screwball again. I'm just going to cover it because it's so filthy. About to pack up a bowl. We are going to be vaping some carbon fibre. I'm not really getting on with this carbon fibre. It had good reviews on the medical subreddit, but now that it's actually in my hands and in my lungs, it's not that good. I genuinely find it to not last very long and not be very strong for a 25% THC. Currently vaping at 250 today. I'm not going to be using the whip because I just find that it doesn't work as well as the mouthpiece. So, whilst that's heating up, I'm going to tidy up after myself because that is best practice. Get this shit out of the way. Put the lid back on the grinder because that would be an absolutely fucking awful day if I knocked that over. And yeah, let's go ahead and have our first smoke of the day. Cheers. If you are smoking along, tell me what you're smoking on in the chat or the comments if you're watching later. Fighting the cough. No, I couldn't do it. I was really fighting the cough, but I couldn't do it. I'm going to finish this bowl before we get into the coffee, considering that I was a little bit early. Oh. I guarantee you if this was a bowl, they would just be gone and there'd be very minimal coughing, but because it's vaping, it's just far too much. Okay, so that is bowl number 1 for today. Dunzo. And like I was saying earlier, it doesn't feel super strong. I don't feel smacked in the face like I usually do off the first bowl of the day. I just kind of feel a little bit better, but still kind of normal. And I just don't really think much to it, to be honest. So let's get into day number 13. This is yesterday's coffee that I didn't do because I was working. And on the back we've got the Onyx skull with the Santa hat. This is the 3rd time we've had this, so absolutely, definitely 100% repeating the designs, which is a little bit shitty. Don't really like that. But nevertheless, we'll open them up. And I'm not going to lie, I did sneak peek this one again. Yesterday I sneak peeked it. Obviously I didn't open it because it's not open, but I looked at the card. And honestly, this sounds absolutely fucking vile. But, I can't get it open. The seal is dodgy again. Oh, it smells nice though. The notes on the card made it sound absolutely disgusting. But that smells quite nice. Ooh, this one could be deceptively nice. We'll pour the beans into the little grindy cup thing. Oh, I don't know actually. I can't work out whether that's nice or not. It's citrusy. Quite tart. But there's something about it that's nice. The tart citrusiness is... It smells good. In a bad way. I don't know. I'm gonna go and blend these, so mind your ears for about a minute. What have I done with that now? Oh, that's here. Okay. Okay, so this one looks to be a darker roast than yesterday. It doesn't smell as nice now that it's ground up. It's actually lost a little bit of the tartness. Still citrus, but it's a little bit more... It reminds me of like boiled sweets in a way. Like boiled orange sweets. But with a little bit of like maybe sour or bitter, tart. Interesting. Oh, fuck. Oh, you know what I didn't do? I didn't boil the kettle. So again, prepare your ears for a minute, because I did not fill or boil the kettle. So that's going to have to be a thing that's done. So whilst that's boiling, I'm going to go ahead and load up the AeroPress. I had to check that it was on for a second then, because I thought I forgot to turn the fucking kettle on as well. Oh, pardon me. So not only was that the first bowl of the day, this is the first coffee of the day. Now, I like to usually have a coffee before I jump on stream, but I didn't today for some reason. I woke up, showered, took the dog for a walk. He was a prick, as usual. Had a bowl and now we're here. That's such an interesting smell. It really is interesting, and I know that I've already spoiled it for myself, so before I taste it, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the card. So today's is Krampus, and I think this is the first all-black card we've got. This is the only all-black card we've got. The rest of them have been this sort of colour, like a rusty sort of copper on black, and today's card is just straight up black, so that's interesting. I wonder if going forward they're going to be just black cards now, or whether this is just like a really special one. But it says, each holiday season, Krampus makes his unwelcome return, but what he left behind this year is surprisingly delicious. This peaberry selection from Kenya's Key Factory, part of the Rungeto Farmers Cooperative Society, was sourced from peak outruns and processed with exacting care. The result is rich and warming with notes of dark chocolate and burned citrus. Enjoyed best on cozy winter mornings or at festive gatherings. The notes are bruleed grapefruit, chocolate cake, tobacco, and viscous. Now, tobacco sounds disgusting. Bruleed grapefruit sounds disgusting. Chocolate cake sounds nice. Now, I think I might be able to get on board with the bruleed grapefruit if it's that sort of sweet burnt citrus type of taste, because I don't mind that. And especially if it's giving Christmas vibes, it might have like a spiced sort of citrus vibe to it, which I like a lot. Chocolate cake is good. I don't ever think I've had chocolate cake notes in my coffee. I've definitely had milk chocolate and dark chocolate and all that good shit, but I don't think I've ever had chocolate cake as a note by itself, which is interesting. But yeah, this one is either going to be really, really bad, or it might just be alright. I'm interested. And I don't know, right? This has been on my brain since I sneak peeked this. If anybody has actually watched that movie that came out a good few years ago now, that was called Krampus. Because I remember watching it one Christmas by myself with... my sister got me this gift set of JD. So I was watching it with a glass of whiskey, and I was like, this film's fucking shit. I think this might have been even before... It might have been before I even started smoking. That's probably why I was sat there with the whiskey, but... Yeah, I remember watching it and thinking, this movie's fucking shit. So, I haven't been timing this, I've just been chatting shit to myself. And we're going to give that a minute or so, and whilst we're doing that, I don't actually have... Oh, I do, it's right there. I didn't think I had my ABV pot, but I do, so I'm going to dump this out. I'm going to pack myself up another bowl. Never ever touch the metal after you've been vaping. That's very, very silly. And today I've been talking about it for 14 days. I am actually finally going to use the scoop that it came with and not burn myself for once. I really did not want to get up today, and I could do without going to work. Got a snotty nose and a bad attitude. But what's new? Okay. Pack up a second bowl, and then we'll plunge the coffee. Taste the coffee. Smoke the bowl. Rate the coffee. Try the other one. I don't know. I didn't sneak peek today's, obviously, because it's today's. But I did look at the packaging. I think it's a snowman. Can't remember what it is, actually. Second bowl is packed up. I didn't even show you when I was brewing the coffee. Give it a quick stir. Rinse this off. And I do have a filter ready for once, so get that in there. Hopefully this just falls out. And flip. Hope the assessment went well. Are you talking about the autism one? Then yeah, I'm officially, that's not a word at all. I officially have the tism. So that's something. I truly believe nobody is shocked. I haven't told anybody, but Jay's been telling people, and everybody's reaction is just like, yeah, okay. Because, like, we've been new, but also, it's nice to know at the same time, but it's also weird. I'm just going to quickly rinse this, and then I'll come back. So that we can use it again in a minute. Okay, so dry that off. This up. Right. That smells very citrusy to me. I forgot what I was going to do. Absolutely, completely, and utterly useless. And it's also going to be really hot because I literally just boiled the kettle. I like to boil it before I come on so that it's ready and it doesn't hurt everybody's ears. But it is what it is. Right, so it's too hot. I'm not going to lie, it's too hot. Happy for you. I'm glad it wasn't a waste of money in the end. Yeah, no, that would have been real bad. If imagine if she turned around and was like, "So, no, I don't actually think that you're autistic. There's nothing wrong with you. Get a grip." I probably like I wouldn't be here now. I probably would have killed myself on the spot. To be honest with you, she would have been like, "You're not autistic," and I just would have been like, fucking Peter Griffin when he's like, "Okay," dead. I was doing something and I can't remember what it was that I was doing. Right. I was looking for a link and I can't find it. I was in the same boat. It's a huge relief to hear it in a weird way. Yeah, you're right. Like, I was speaking to a different friend of mine who also went through the same process, hence why I did it, is because he told me about it. And I was telling him how I felt. Um, People are all like, "Oh, you're happy, right? You should be really happy about it." And I'm just like, "Well, no, actually, I'm not happy about it. I am, but I'm also not, because this should have been picked up on when I was a child, and my life should have been very, very different. But unfortunately, we're here now, but at least I know. So, in a way, yeah, I'm happy, but in the other side of the coin, no, I'm not fucking happy about it." Like, it almost seems like it's like, I hate to say it, but like popular to say that you've got like ADHD and autism and that sort of thing. So part of my brain was like, I don't want it. I don't want to have autism. When I was a kid, if you were like the autistic kid or the ADHD kid, like you were the bad kid, the naughty kid that people didn't really want to be around. And I guess it's cool nowadays. Well, not cool, but it's better nowadays that you're not seen as a freak if you are autistic. But it's just weird because I was an autistic kid, and I was also like, people didn't know I was autistic. They just thought I was really fucking weird. And I feel like it's different. If people had known that I was autistic as a kid, then maybe I would have had more friends or like more support, more activities to do, instead of just being like, "Oh no, that's just Lucas, he's a little bit weird, he doesn't want to talk to anybody and he doesn't want to do anything, so he just kind of sits over there by himself and reads a book." It's like, I didn't want to do that. I did want to read the book, but I didn't want to be by myself alone. But it's hard to communicate that. So yeah, 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. I'm happy that I know now, but I'm also not happy that I didn't know for the rest of my life. Not to get depressing or anything like that. I didn't mean for this to go downhill. I'm gonna taste the coffee and pick the mood back up, hopefully. I really want this to be good, but bruleed grapefruit, chocolate cake and tobacco, I don't know. And the smell is weird. It does smell like burnt citrus. I couldn't put a name to the notes that I was getting, but then I reread the card, and yeah, it does. It smells like burnt citrus. I like dark chocolate, and I like citrus. I'm not really a grapefruit fan, but if you put dark chocolate with grapefruit, and then I don't know if that'll work, whether that'd be too overpowering because they're both really, really bitter. But we'll see. Cheers. That's not terrible, you know. Whoops, I spilled it. Where's my... Okay, this will do. The aftertaste of that is really nice. It's like burnt citrus is basically what it is. I kind of do get the tobacco notes, and I'm not sure how to place those. I'm also getting dark chocolate. I think the dark chocolate is getting mixed up with the tobacco note. That's how I feel people perceive me still. MC has helped a ton though. Yeah, it makes sense now as well. Also with the medical cannabis, it helps with the, I don't know, autistic feelings or whatever. I don't know how to express myself still. Obviously, it's like they do offer you support after you're diagnosed, but it's not like all of a sudden everything makes sense. Like, in a way it is, because now I'm like, no, I'm not being difficult. There's a reason why I can't do certain things and why I don't like certain things and why I feel so strongly about certain things, and it's because I'm autistic. But at the same time, I've been told my entire life there's nothing wrong with me and I'm just being difficult and I can do these things, I just don't want to, or I'm just not trying hard enough and all this bullshit. So it's hard to sort of untwist those narratives going on in my head, because even now I'm still like, I should be able to do this bullshit, but I can't do it, and everything feels weird and overwhelming and I don't know what it is. So, you know, after like 30 years, coming up 30 years very soon, of people being like, well, you should know how to do that, you're not stupid, you're actually very smart, so why can't you do these things? Why have you fallen behind? Why can't you keep up? You're not trying hard enough. And it's hard to break yourself out of those routines and be like, actually, I'm doing just fine. Maybe I need a different way of doing things. Or maybe I just need to do something else completely. I get stuck in these like thought loops when I'm by myself. Like, people ask me the question and it just goes over and over and over and over and over in my head, and I just get stuck in the same pattern of thoughts until eventually I get like really overwhelmed and I'm just like, you know what, fuck this, and then I smoke like 5 bowls. Sometimes smoking helps, and then other times it doesn't. It really just depends on the strain and the terps and stuff. Sometimes it quiets the mind completely, and then other times it makes everything louder, and then other times it's like a weird mix of the two. This carbon fiber is not doing much quieting, and it's not doing much I don't know, it's just I am not really on board with this carbon fiber. I'm trying to get rid of it. My support from them was just find some online forums. That's bullshit. No, that's bullshit. Have a great Sunday. No, you have a great Sunday. I will try and have a great Sunday. Far too hectic. That's a cool name. I like that. So I'm topping up the coffee. I had like this much, and now it's about here. So we'll see if that changes the flavour much. I'm surprised, actually. This sounded absolutely fucking vile. Brulee grapefruit, chocolate cake, tobacco, and a viscous mouthfeel. It's not bad. It's really not bad. I'm actually quite happy that that's nice. And also, I want to know why this card is all black. Is it because it's number 13 and it's unlucky and it's Krampus? Genuinely, just very, very curious about that. Cannabis. See, German, I know a little bit of German. I don't know if you're asking me if I smoke cannabis or whether you're telling me that cannabis smokes me. But, yeah, I smoke. I do smoke weed, yes. I also vape weed when it's medical. And also when it's not medical, but I like to smoke my non-medical. Daniel says, hi. I'm going to let this cool down for a second because it is too hot. I'm going to tilt the camera. Please give a shout out to Erin. Yo, shout out to Erin. We're going to smoke a bowl. For Erin, I guess. If this was pretty much any other strain, I would be Maybe not needing another bowl. For some reason there's a bath bomb on the side. I'm not sure why that's there. But I feel like this carbon fibre, it barely touches the sides. The other day, it was a couple of days ago now, when I had another 2 coffees to do, and my stream fucked up for some reason, nobody could join it, and I didn't realise until it was over. I vaped like 4 bowls of this carbon fibre, and I just felt barely even high. So I don't know what it is. I'm gonna look up the terps, but like I just don't feel like it's strong. That one got me a little bit. Okay, so that bowl is now done. Come back up here and come back to the coffee. Move this out of the way so I don't burn myself. Let's go. Okay. Now I do say this all the time. After I've smoked, immediately after I've smoked, my senses feel like dulled, which the analogy that I used was, if I'm gonna have a bath, I'll pick out the bath bomb or the bubble bath before I go and smoke, because after I've smoked, I can't smell it as well. So I pick it out before I go smoke, and then, you know, go do my thing. So I'm thinking that now that I've smoked, this is going to taste different, and also because it's watered down a bit, it's going to taste different. It doesn't smell good to me. I'm getting that burnt grapefruit, and I feel like I'm getting some dark chocolate. I'm not really getting a tobacco smell from it, but it doesn't smell good. That is really citrusy. Really citrusy. When it's watered down a little bit, I feel like the bitterness is gone, and it's just sweet citrus. Maybe a little bit of bitter dark chocolate on the end. I don't know about tobacco. Maybe there's like a chocolatey bitterness, maybe smoky a little bit, a tiny bit smoky, and maybe that's where the tobacco note comes in. But I would never ever go for something that's tobacco flavoured, because why would you want that? Tobacco doesn't taste good. Unless it's flavoured tobacco. There's me being like, tobacco doesn't taste good, and then like fingers crossed in hoping and praying that I get a pack of backwoods for my birthday. That's my exception to the rule. Christmas is backwood time. There's me saying that, but I also don't have a lot of weed, so I'll probably get a pack of backwoods and run out of weed. That'd just be fucking typical. This coffee's not bad. I really expected to fully hate it. Like, I thought it was gonna be horrible. But I suppose that's how they get you. The ones that sound horrible can be nice sometimes. I was gonna say the ones that sound really horrible are nice, but I've got a deck of cards over here telling me that the ones that sound horrible are horrible, and the ones that sound nice are also horrible. I drank all of day 12's. Surprisingly, the Mexico Mazateca Mujeres, I think that's what that's called. orange fig, milk chocolate and tonka bean. I drank all of that yesterday. So there's 2 coffees in this that I've drank all of. And they were the Lunar Station, where is it? Day 4, Uganda Long Miles Lunar Station, which was rose, cranberry, milk chocolate and plum. That one was nice. This one from yesterday was nice. Not yesterday, this is yesterday's Krampus. But this one is also okay. I don't think I would ever choose this one. I really don't think I would choose it. Yeah, it's just it's weird. It really is a weird one. Is there a way to... I'm getting the chocolate notes at the sides, but it's like bitter chocolate. It's not smooth chocolate. And I feel like I am getting a slight tobacco note that's almost slightly smoky, but also just burnt in a way. But there's also the bruleed grapefruit, which is burnt. I'm pretty sure that's what bruleed means. It's just burnt. Yeah, weird one. It's okay. I don't actually know if I want to finish the entire little pot thing. It's not bad. I feel like this is one of the better ones. This might be number 3 on the rating so far. Can I... What? Yeah. Okay. Coffee. The longer that I go without taking a sip, it gets more bitter and it gets more tobacco-like, I think. It's not... I can't think of the words for it, bro. I can't... It's just weird. It's a weird one. It does make me think of Krampus, actually. Like, I can't remember what... I know what Krampus is, but it's like the horns... Is it the face of a... or the legs of a goat? I'm gonna Google Krampus. I can tell that I'm 2 balls deep. I know I was shit talking. Being like, oh yeah, the carbon fibre, I can't really feel it. I can feel that I'm 2 balls deep, but it's one of those where it's like, I don't know if anybody else has had this, where you smoke and you feel in the moment while you're smoking it, and then like after when you stood still or just sat there, you kind of feel like you've smoked, but it's not super strong. And then you like move and you go to do something, or you become animated. I nearly said animated then. You become animated, and then you can suddenly all of a sudden, there we go. You fuck up your words, you fall over your words, and I can feel it like above my eyes now. Like almost not a headband. It kind of feels like goggles, like weed goggles. I can hear something, and I can't tell whether it's a helicopter or whether it's the heating. I think it's the heating. But there could also be a helicopter. This is not the vibe. We're not trying to cry. Right, Krampus. Images. Let's see. Yeah, it's like a... It's got like horns. Is Krampus German? I feel like Krampus is German. I'm gonna Google... Krampus. Why is my music stopped? Krampus German. Central European Alpine folklore, including southern Germany. Okay, that makes sense. But yeah, go watch the movie if you want some Christmas horror. I haven't watched it for many years, and when I last watched it, I thought it was shit. But if you want to, and you've got nothing else to do, you know what, I've said this several times, I love watching shitty horror movies. My favourite thing to do is, at this time of year, or maybe like a little bit earlier, probably around November time, but this time also works good, is roll a fat joint or a blunt, go outside and smoke it, and you don't really feel, or at least I don't really feel, super high when I'm smoking outside in the cold, because I'm trying my hardest to, you know, just smoke and get back inside. So when you finally get back inside and you lay down and it's warm and you put on some shitty horror movie, or maybe even a Christmas, if you want to watch a Christmas movie, fair enough, it is Christmas, but Krampus is a Christmas movie technically, and so is Die Hard. So if you want to watch a Christmas movie, I would watch a horror movie. Now, I don't know much about Christmas horror movies. Krampus is the only one that I can think of. I would just watch a normal horror movie. But that's my favourite thing to do, especially around this time of year, is go outside to smoke just as it's getting dark, get super stoned, come inside and watch something and just be warm. Probably end up falling asleep or something stupid like that, but it happens. It doesn't taste as good now that it's cooling down. It's a little bit... See, the citrus notes are nice. Bruleed grapefruit. And I definitely am getting chocolate. But now that it's in that like weird mid lukewarm phase, it's not tasting that great. I think I would give this one, my brain is going towards a 7 because it's interesting. It actually tastes like coffee. There is no tea notes whatsoever. And I'm a little bit of a sucker for, like I said, horror movies. And this one is based around the folklore of Krampus. And it's got interesting notes. And the card is all black. And it's lucky number 13. So I'm going to go ahead and give it a 7 out of 10 for the Krampus. And now I'm going to pack us up another bowl, and then I need to go and wash all the parts so that we can get on to today's coffee. And I hope that today's coffee is good. And I also want to know what colour the card's going to be. Can we actually get some music that plays for once? I don't know why Spotify is so weird on my laptop. I swear down, I just heard somebody shout. It sounded like Jay's at work, so there's nobody else in the house apart from me and Benji. I swear to God, unless Benji's shouting me, using his people words. Right, I'm gonna go and wash the grinder and prepare for today's coffee. So I'm gonna have to go wash this, dry all that stuff up. In the meantime, whilst I'm doing that, I made, I think it's called Ko-fi. One of my subscribers was telling me in the chat, and a couple have told me before, that you should make a buy me a coffee page. So I went over there and I did some research, and apparently they're not a good company. But I've heard of other people using something called, I think it's called Ko-fi, which is like Ko-fi. And if you want to, no pressure, but you can donate or buy me a coffee is their tagline, I think. So I'm gonna post the link in the chat, and if you want to go and look at that, you can. Like I said, no pressure, but it is there if you want to. And now I'm gonna go and wash these coffee things, so I'll be right back. Okay, so these are washed. Obviously, I need to dry them because I don't want the coffee to stick to it. It's tedious trying to get in here because it's like a small space, but it really does need to be dry or else it's going to be so annoying. And obviously there's blades, so it's sharp. I could just cut my fingers off. I'm sure that's dry enough. And then this plastic bit is annoying to dry as well because there's ridges and shit in there. So we get this all dry and then finish off the Krampus, open up the new coffee, get it ground up, see what happens. I just want a normal coffee, bro, like a nice chocolatey, nutty, just normal coffee. Like, I don't want a fruity coffee, I don't want my coffee to taste like tea, I don't want tobacco in my coffee, I don't want Krampus to come and steal my coffee. I just want a normal coffee. That would be very nice. So everything is dry, hopefully. And I'm gonna get the beans are out. Finish the coffee. When you down it, it's not great. The aftertaste I feel is better than the initial taste. I'm just gonna swirl the last bit out because it's fine. I am gonna give it a 7. No, I'm gonna knock it down to a 6.7 because it tastes weird, but it's not absolutely terrible, and it's one of the most interesting ones that we've had so far. So Krampus is gonna get 7 out of 10. I'm gonna wash my cup and then we'll get into today's coffee. Okay, so today's coffee, I don't have the card in front of me as of right now, but we're back to the candy cane with the snake wrapped around it. Bro, I'm slurring so much. I'm only 2 bowls deep. Day 14, and again, this language, I'm not going to hazard a guess, but what was... Yeah, this one was English, never settle for good enough, and now we're back to this one. I'm going to go ahead and rip them open, see what they smell like. Sweet, maybe a little bit tart. My brain said gingerbread for some reason. I doubt that it's gingerbread, but that's the kind of thing that I got. No, thank you. Let's skip that song.
But don't worry, it's not a cry.
Yeah, my brain's saying gingerbread. I doubt there's anything to do with gingerbread in there, but that's what I'm getting. I'm going to tip them into the grinder. Chocolate, maybe? Chocolate gingerbread? I'm just, you know, I'm hoping. I'm manifesting. Chocolate gingerbread is what I'm saying. I highly doubt it. I'm gonna go grind them, so mind your ears again for a second. Is that on the inside or is that on the outside? That was on the outside, okay. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Okay, so that smells really sweet. Almost like actual sweets. Yeah, it's really sweet. Not super bitter. That smells nice to me. Yeah, I like that. Okay, I'm gonna get the AeroPress, start it brewing, and then we'll get the card out. I forgot to get the scoop, like always. I'm going to go ahead and boil the kettle again just because it feels cold. So again, more mind in your ears. I've heard about people putting AVB in their coffee. Like, I don't know how they do it. I don't know if they just straight up scoop it in and then filter it. But, like, I've heard of people doing it. Never seen it, but it would be interesting. There we go. So whilst that's doing its thing, I'll go ahead and get the card. I got the globe matrix and stand universal blah blah blah. Used it wired and finding it good so far, but playing with the temperatures and learning by combination. Combination of what? Yeah, I'm still learning mine. I'm not gonna lie, I don't use it every single day because, like, bro, it's just so hard to move away from the bong. The bong is just king every single time. But I'm learning temperatures. I like 270 for quick. 250 is alright. 230. The lower you go, the more hits you get in my experience. Forgot what I was saying, but yeah, today's coffee is El Salvador Santa Rosa Honey, and this is a black card, so I'm thinking that maybe now we've transitioned to black cards instead of the sort of copper coloured cards that we had before. And this one is Rose Concord Grape again. Bro, stop putting grape in my coffee, stop, it was so fucking weird. I really hated it. Milk chocolate and pink grapefruit. Sounds absolutely fucking vile. It really does sound vile. But I said that about the last one, right? I would rather take the Krampus over this one so far. The honey processed Pacamara comes from Finca Santa Rosa, where Jorge, maybe, or George, I'm not sure, there's no accents over his name. Raul Rivera continues to define El Salvador's potential for excellence, grown at 1,550 meters on the slopes of El Pital and processed with precision. This lot reflects Raul's hallmark attention to detail. Separated by day, lot, and selected origin, the cup offers layered sweetness, tropical acidity, and a syrupy structure that showcases the best of Pacamara variety. Right, okay. I am apprehensive. Combustion, yeah. I've only ever combust like once or twice, and I'm sure it was at 270. But it's just a case of like not leaving it on there long enough to combust. The longer you leave the wand on there, the more likely you are to get combustion. At any temperature, I think. I'm not sure, but definitely at 270. I just prefer it because it's closer to a bong rip than having to take multiple hits at lower temperatures. Today I've been vaping at 250 and I've still been getting like 4, maybe 5 hits out of each bowl. So 270 is best for me personally. First thing in the morning, I don't mind 230, maybe even 220 if I'm feeling really good that day. Okay, so El Salvador Santa Rosa honey. It smells sweet. It smells quite nice actually. Weird, but like okay. It's gonna be too hot to sip right now because I've literally just boiled the kettle. But I'm not gonna lie, the one from the other day, I can't remember what it was called, but that one had grape in it, and it was absolutely fucking vile. Costa Rica Las Lajas Natural was cherry, milk chocolate, Concord grape, and honey, and then today's is rose, Concord grape, milk chocolate, and pink grapefruit. So, place your bets now, which one is going to be worse? I feel like it's going to be... Number 6 is going to be worse. I feel like this one might be deceptively good. What would you say is your best medical strain? Mine's gas cake. I liked Alaskan Thunder. The first time I had it, it was absolutely amazing. Second time I had it, it weren't so good. I liked flavor wise, probably Georgia pie. That one tasted good. Honestly, the lower ones, the lower price ones are better. Just bang for your buck. They're not the best. They don't look or smell or taste amazing. But the lower price ones can sometimes blow your fucking head off, so don't always go for the more expensive ones, in my opinion. That's what I've found anyway, it's just my experience. I'm just trying to see if I can pick out the smells. I don't think I can smell grape. Weird. I'm gonna try and sip it. Probably burn my tongue. That's not bad, you know. That first little touch on the tongue is not bad at all. That's actually not terrible. Not terrible at all. Donkey Butter was nice. It was only 27, not 36 though. I don't know about any of that. I don't have a tester of my own. And I've never had the Donkey Butter, so I can't comment on any of that. What is going on? What is going on? Why is my Spotify stopped? What are you doing? No. 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 Yeah, fuck it. Still fire though, I don't go on THC. Yeah, I know that on Monsoon now you can filter by terpene, which is interesting. I haven't done it personally. I've looked at it, but I haven't filtered by terp. You can also filter by irradiated and non-irradiated now, which is also interesting. A couple of strains in there that I didn't know were non-irradiated. So that's also another thing if you want to do that. Now, Lucas, you are ADHD. No, I don't have ADHD. There's no part of me that thinks I have ADHD. My partner has ADHD, and we are completely different people. I'm autistic, but I don't think I have ADHD. And I also don't have the money to go back and get tested for ADHD. Fuck that shit. Nah, I'm gonna top up the coffee. Just a little bit. But you know what? This is not bad at all. I thought this was going to be absolutely fucking vile. And it's not bad. Get rid of that. What's going on here? Terps are reduced with MC3 radiation, so I get high THC strain to compensate. Yeah, but the THC doesn't always mean everything. Like I said, the apricot cheese and cream is what I was about to say. Fuck me. Apricot cream and cheese was like 16% THC, and that was so nice. Honestly, it was so fucking nice, but it's always no new requests nowadays. That was really nice, and I would prefer to have that over this 25% THC carbon fiber, because I felt more off the apricot cream and cheese than I do off this. That's just my opinion though. Must have been partly mentioned about having ADHD. Yeah, is ADHD. I don't have ADHD, to my knowledge. A friend of mine told me that I should get tested, but genuinely, I just don't. I don't think I've got it. I'm really surprised at this coffee. It's not bad. It's not bad at all. I thought it was going to be absolutely fucking vile. I think I'm trying to go medical, but you need ID. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, yep, yeah. Well, I can't, wow. Fucking stumbling brain here. It's just going, yep, yep. No, I'm actually trying to say different words than yeah, but my brain's not letting me. Yes, you do need ID, and you also need your medical records. So, yeah. I think I've got a video on it somewhere. I think I made a video on how to go medical back when I went medical for the first time in like 2022. Let me see if I can find it and I'll link it. Are you gonna play the song or are you just gonna... No? Okay. How to medical maybe I don't. Maybe I lied. Maybe I don't have one. Oh no, I do. I do have one. I lied. No, I didn't lie. I was telling the truth. Let me drop it. Now it may change because I published this video on the 29th of December 2021. So it's a 4-year-old video, but maybe it still stands. I don't know. Is there a form of ID I can use with having passport and license? Yeah, you can use your passport. You can use your license. Just like your NHS stuff. Just use all your. If you've got NHS stuff, just use that. That's what people use. I'm sure you can get some form of ID that's not a passport or a license. I don't know why. I use my license and my NHS records. I'm pretty sure that's all you need. You can get different forms of ID. Just do a quick Google and see what form of ID you can get. You can get like citizen cards, and you can get like online IDs and all that sort of bullshit nowadays. I don't know. I'm an old man, so I've had my ID for a long time. 2 previous treatments that have failed. Yeah, and that as well. So that's why you need your NHS records. They tend to ask for them, so it's easier to just send them over. Mine were a ball ache. I had to screenshot them all because I couldn't just send them. I think there might be a spider on my ceiling. I can't see. I think there might be a spider. I'm not very happy about that, not at all. Right, this coffee is actually nicer than the Krampus. Oh no, 15 were poking out. Nearly got a spoiler then. That was genuinely not even on purpose, nearly got a spoiler. El Salvador Santa Rosa honey. Not bad at all actually. Rose, I'm not sure. I'm actually not tasting Concord grape in this one, which is probably why I like it. Milk chocolate, I'm also not sure, but I feel like I'm definitely tasting the pink grapefruit, which is unusual because I don't usually like it that much. I feel like I'm definitely getting just that tinge of acidity when you take a sip, but it's not on the front of your tongue, it's on the middle of your tongue. I have that, I just thought it'd be enough. Yeah, so long as you've got some form of ID and 2 failed treatments for your condition, you should be fine. And like, there's certain mental health conditions that they won't prescribe you if you have. A friend of mine, I can't remember exactly what he said. He went to go to try and be medical, but they turned him down because he'd been in a psych ward for something. I can't remember what it was. I'm pretty sure he had. I don't know. Like I could just be chatting bullshit, but I'm sure that's what he said. So he got turned down, but like he still smokes street bud, which is stupid in my opinion. Like he's not crazy. I don't think he's crazy, and he smokes anyway. So like they should just prescribe him. Surely that's better than him just going to get street bud. I don't know, but that's just my opinion. They don't prescribe for bipolar. Well, no, but I don't think he is bipolar. I'm not sure what happened with him. I don't know. I don't know what happened with him, but they wouldn't prescribe for him. But I think it's dumb, because he's not like crazy. Weed doesn't make him weird. It just makes him chilled like everybody else. So that's just my opinion. I don't know. Maybe they should do more in depth. My brain keeps going to say interviews, but I don't think that's what I mean. They should just do more in depth looks at what they need and what they've been doing and how much they've been smoking, what they've been smoking and where, and then work with the person instead of just flat out going, no, go fuck yourself. But it is what it is. That's way better than smoking street bud. See, I disagree. I really do disagree. There's a lot of good strains on medical, but I recently had some Divine Jelly that was really nice. And then I got my prescription of carbon fiber, and you put them side by side, and it's just not. There's no comparison. The medical bud, it smells medical. I don't know how else to describe it other than that. That's what I've always said. Even after a couple of days, it's been a week now, I think, and it's still just got that sort of smell to it that is something I can't shake. If I show you, this is a nug of carbon fiber. My camera's not very good, so you're just gonna have to cope. And then I do have a nug of Divine Jelly. This is the Divine Jelly. Again, you're just gonna have to cope because my camera's of shit. But with the naked eye, they look very similar. Divine Jelly, carbon fiber. This is so much nicer. It stinks, it tastes good, and the high's better. Whereas the carbon fiber smells a bit weird. The high's meh, and it tastes fine. Like, there's nothing wrong with the taste, but I'm just lucky. I get good street bud. A lot of people don't. I do, and it's cheap as well. So just it is what it is. When you say medical, you mean like hospital or dentist? I don't know what you mean. Parve S1 is nice. That BM looks better than the MC. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It looks nice. Like, it just looks a lot more vibrant. And I don't know when this was grown. I don't know who grew it. But the expiry on the medical is February. And it already just looks dead. And it smells dead. And it just is dead, in my opinion. But maybe I just don't get on with this strain in particular, because there is plenty of medical out there that looks good and smells good and is absolutely banging. Just this that I don't like. I was going to say something, then my brain just went, no, I just flatlined, bro. Nice coffee. I do get a hint of pink grapefruit on the end of it, which I like. The smell. Yeah, do you know what? I genuinely have said this in videos before. The smell of some medical bud, it smells like a doctor's office. And it's really off-putting. The weed. I haven't had Parve one. I'm pretty sure that's how you pronounce it, but I could be wrong. I haven't had it. I don't know. I do want to try it. I might not get a prescription before Christmas. It might have to wait until after, but we'll see, I guess. This coffee is going down, and I'm not complaining about it. I'm not raving about it, but it's not bad at all. The El Salvador Santa Rosa Honey, I'm going to give this a 7. I like it more than the Krampus. I'm not complaining. It's, again, nothing special. I feel like this might be a spring or a summer coffee. Summer morning, hints of pink grapefruit, drinking it outside in the sun. Could be very, very nice. So, what did I say? Did I say 7? I feel like that's too much. Again, it's too much for it. 6.7. I'm going to level it with the Krampus. Completely different coffee. But on the same level, but different. Different, but the same. Yeah. 6.7 out of 10 for the El Salvador Santa Rosa Honey. Rose, Concord grape, milk chocolate, and pink grapefruit. Mostly getting the pink grapefruit in that, but not complaining at all. Pretty nice. What clinic are you with, if you don't mind me asking? I'm with Alterna Leaf. Rainbow Parve is nice. Lucas is with Alterna Leaf. Yes, my boy's right. Alterna Leaf, I haven't had a lot of problems. Some people have loads of problems. I find them okay if you chase them a little bit. I never ring anybody, fuck that. I don't do phone calls, but an email is fine. A strongly worded email is fine for them. Some people have a lot of problems, but not me. I've had people telling me to join Momedica, which, no, from what I've heard, Momedica aren't that good anymore. And a lot of people are with, I think it's CB1. I don't know much about them, but I spoke to fucking hell, what are they called now? Let me check my notes. Where are they? Come on, where are you? It's a company, and I'm literally. So there's 3 different tiers, well, 4 different tiers, but the one that's on medical at the minute is Superseed. I spoke to the guys at Superseed, and they're only with certain clinics. I think it might be Medican or CB1. I really want to try the Superseed shit, but they don't have it with Alternative at the minute, and it's supposed to be some of the best out there. But who knows? Do you get a menu? Yeah, if you go to Montu and then make yourself an account, you can just browse the entire menu that they have. But yes, what did I say? 6.7 for this coffee. I'm gonna go ahead and dip because I need to go take the dog out again. Because he's a little dickhead if I don't. Come back tomorrow. It will probably be at midday. I just had to get on a little bit earlier today because, like I said, I have work and we had 2 coffees to do. So, what was I going to say? I was going to say something, but I forgot. 6.7 out of 10. Come back tomorrow. If you would like to support me, go ahead, click the link in the chat. Just go look at it. You don't have to do anything, but it is much appreciated. Come back tomorrow at midday and we'll have more coffee, I guess. I'm feeling pretty caffeinated, but not high. Again, the carbon fibre is a little bit shitty, but have a good day. Unfortunately, I have to go to work after this. Peace.